Well, the numbers are in for the opening weekend of Guardians of the Galaxy, and Marvel Studios once again has a pretty big hit on their hands. Let's dive in and break down the box office results from the first weekend and talk about where we think this movie is going in comparison with some other recent Marvel efforts. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 really had a pretty great opening weekend. It was estimated to hit $120 million domestic, and it came darn close with $116 million for the opening weekend in North America. But the film did way better globally, bringing in an additional $168 million, putting the movie at almost $300 million for its opening weekend. Now, to be fair, the film did come in slightly under those domestic estimates, and we're still hearing some people beat the superhero fatigue drum, but its reviews are more than solid, with an 81% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, but more importantly, a 95% from the audience. Now, the word of mouth for this movie is excellent, and it should keep people coming to see it in the theater for the next couple of weeks and drive the most important factor in any Marvel movie's box office, which is repeat viewing. Now, the project only has a couple of weeks before some steep competition. We have Fast X and Little Mermaid just around the corner, so we're really going to have to wait and see how the final box office for this project shakes out, but it has had a massive opening weekend. I will say this, one thing that could work against the movie growing its box office impact could be this growing perception that it's not the typical MCU family fare. If you've seen the film and seen how they work the High Evolutionary into this project, many people feel like the much darker aspect of the High Evolutionary and how he handles animals and children, as well as the fate of the inhabitants of Half-World, well, quite honestly, this is not your typical children's fare, and I do suspect there will be some parents that aren't too keen on children seeing some of the darker elements of the project. Now, like I said, the word of mouth for the project is really, really good. The film was excellent, and I do think it will drive repeat viewing, which is always going to be key in Marvel Studios' success, and honestly, the only way any film ever gets over the $1 billion mark is for people to see the movie over and over again. I really do think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will qualify as one of those projects, but until the film finishes its theatric run, we're gonna have to wait and see.